Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and today we are out in wonderful Ward 1 at Lakewood Park, visiting with our two council members. We're going to check in with Councilor Johnson and Councilor Abel and see what's going on in their ward and what their goals are for 2018. Councilor Johnson, let's start with you.
Thank you. You know, you gave us the questions ahead of time, and I'm so appreciative because actually when I started thinking about my goals, it really made me start to think a little differently. When you set a goal in your life, it means where your heart is, where your time is, where your energy is, and what you are trying to accomplish. And I got to realizing it really isn't my goals that I'll be talking about. It's the people who elected me, Adam, and what do they expect me to accomplish while I'm in office. And with that in mind, the first thing that I really gave a lot of serious thought to is that Charley and I have witnessed a lot of development in Ward 1, a lot of high density development. And unfortunately, Ward 1 has the least amount of open space in parkland. We're in a beautiful park right here, but we need some more. And so I've been working with staff trying to look at different areas in our city where we can have some pocket parks. That's my first goal. The second goal is that, again, we've had some growth pains with high density development. I volunteered to be on the housing committee, and my goal is to spend the time that it requires for all of us to be looking at our zoning ordinance. We're human beings. It was rewritten in 2012, and there are some things that maybe we didn't understand at the time. We understand them now, and we have the ability to redo some things and to get them right. And I'm very committed and passionate that we'll do what we need to do that. And then the third goal I have is West Colfax. I grew up in Lakewood, as did you, and I grew up close to Colfax. At one time, it was 40 West. It was the drag strip out here. And you're smiling, I think you know what I'm talking about. And it was where all the action was. It was the place to be. And it had kind of lost some of its shine, some of its sparkle. It took many years to get to that place, and it's kind of looking now like there is a motivation, a resurgence, an interest, and an enthusiasm with not only the businesses on West Colfax, but everybody in Lakewood really wants to see us have that sparkle back. And the ward that Charley and I represent are more on the western end of Colfax. And so I am very committed to working with the businesses, the homeowners associations on that side, to do what it takes to maybe look at some pocket parks out there, sure, but also to make sure that businesses want to come. I would love to see us have places like Trader Joe that look at us as the place to come, and particularly on West Colfax. So those are my goals.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you for asking.
And you're well into working on them, so a lot of good stuff going on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Abel, share with us 2018.
I'll share Ramey's goals as well. Certainly parks and open space in Ward 1 is an important issue. And most of the remaining parcels are small, so the pocket parks Ramey refers to would be very important for us. Give us room to breathe, give the earth some room to breathe among all the development. We also are, of course, public safety is always the #1 issue with our community. That is their main concern and their main pride about living in Lakewood. We have a great police department, and they're handling more and more with limited resources. We need to beef up public safety. The development dialogue is a very interesting conversation, and Ramey's on a housing committee that's connected with it. I'm on the development dialogue committee. we're hoping between the committees and our study sessions and our staff that we can indeed fill some of the cracks that were left by the 2012 changes. It was a broad, sweeping change of our zoning ordinance, so naturally there are things that had consequences we didn't expect.
Sure.
And we need to continue to address them. Colfax, the grand byway of Lakewood, and remains so, and I think we need to pretty it up a little bit and bring some more excitement to it and restore the charm and destination of West Colfax. People used to come from Denver out here to have a good time on the weekends. And, I'd like to see them out here every day. But more than anything else, I'd like to see us increase our outreach to the community. It's their vision that we're trying to accomplish in Lakewood. And the more we hear from them, the better we can conduct our business and make that vision a reality.
Yeah, well said. And both of you touched on committee, and that's something that's kind of new for our viewers. But this council has a lot of committees, but that's because they're really tackling a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of work, and wanting to do it in a timely manner so that the community realizes, you guys are working for me, you're getting it done. So you'll hear, for our viewers, you'll hear updates about many different committees. Well, I want to thank you both also for stepping up and being willing to chair some of these different committees. So it takes a lot of extra time outside of the regular Monday night, but I think our community is going to be much better for it. So thank you. So we talked a little bit about West Colfax, but you do have a unique ward, and it really has some different great neighborhoods, from historic to some of our newer neighborhoods. Would you like to tell the viewers, just remind them what Ward 1 is, where it is, and maybe some highlights of Ward 1?
Well, Ward 1 has everything, really. We have the ability to almost be our own city. We have the Colorado Mills. We have the beautiful new First Bank headquarters on West Colfax. We have the Denver Federal Center. We have both hospitals, St. Anthony's and Ortho, Colorado. We have Colorado Christian University. We have the iconic Mile High Church. We have the Applewood neighborhood. We have Daniels Welchester, the historic Iber neighborhood. We have Meadowlark, Bonneview, and who else? Who am I forgetting, Charlie?
Alameda Heights.
Alameda Heights.
Deviney. There are a number of smaller neighborhoods inside the larger neighborhoods. We could go on with it.
No, that's fantastic.
Each one has its own character and its own need to preserve that character.
Yeah.
We also have West Colfax Corridor, the Union Corridor, and on the east side we have part of Wadsworth, and of course we've got Alameda. So we have major corridors in this ward as well.
So you certainly have a little bit of everything in your ward. Hopefully you won't be trying to secede or anything anytime soon, because we sure appreciate all those amenities as well. So I know that constituent conversation and contact is extremely important for you two. And you have wonderful ward meetings once a month. Where can people find you?
On the first Saturday of every month, we meet at 920 Kipling Holy Shepherd Lutheran Church from 9:30 until 11. Usually there's a program of sorts, and then a rousing conversation about the issues and our efforts to keep Ward 1 thriving and the community happy with the way we appear.
And so they can come and see you live and in person. And what's the best way for people to reach out if they can't make a ward meeting? How do you prefer to have constituent
You can call
contact?
us. Our phone numbers are on our cards. They're on Looking at Lakewood. Mine's 303-233-7275. You can reach Ramey at rjohnson@lakewood.org, and I'm at cable@lakewood.org.
Well, again, thank you both very much. You work very hard for the constituents of Ward 1 and also the entire city.
Thank you for highlighting us.
Yeah, we appreciate having
Thanks,
you.
Ray.
It's always good to be in Ward 1, to be at Lakewood Park, where for some people, if they might remember the history, used to house Lakewood on Parade, which will be having a new 4th of July celebration coming up just north of here called the Big Boom Bash, which I'd like to thank these two for their hard work and getting that put back in our budget. So we'll hope to see you on the 4th. And until then, remember, together we'll do great things.